We like to title the air signs the social signs, but a lot of people may consider even this title very hypocritical. And that's because air signs are very detached. They're very impartial, and a lot of sentimental people may consider them not people. That's because air signs are more ideas people. Air signs are concerned with all the contents and the processing of the mental realm. That's everything to do with ideas, concepts, thought and theory, rationale and logic. That's their domain, not feelings. That's water signs. If one element would claim the motto "fuck your feelings," it would be the air signs. They're not predominantly concerned with the material or the practical realm either. That's for the earth signs. The air signs are really just processing all the concepts, the immaterial information that will eventually make its way to manifestation on the earthly realm. All of the elements are really just working like the gears within a machine. The water signs are processing emotional energy, and they're anchoring the emotional realm. And this is the realm where thoughts and ideas come from, and that's processed by the air signs. Once air signs process thought data from the mental realm, it's then passed on to the fire signs, which are going to get gassed up and get the passionate energy to manifest this thought on the earthly realm. And that's why they need to be so passionate and energetic, because it takes a lot of energy to manifest things on the earthly plane. On the other end, the earth signs act as an anchor on the material plane. If you could describe the air element with one word, the word would be cold. The air signs need to be cold and detached in order to serve their social function. A lot of people think, how could you be a social sign and you're not emotionally attached? That's because if they were attached, they would actually be split up into factions and different tribes, like all the other signs, and that would prevent information from being spread. The whole point of the air sign is to keep thought vibration, to keep the mental realm freely flowing. That's why it's called the air element. So no, they're not concerned with your feelings, and they're also really not that emotionally attached to your thoughts either. Air signs are able to absorb different thought information, different thoughts, different information, different data points without any emotional judgment. So for this reason, a lot of other signs will think of an air sign as a little bit too fluid and therefore hypocritical. But it's through people that we gather and disseminate information, thoughts, and ideas. So they are people.